Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to the Nerd Talk podcast, nerdy talk for nerdy fans. I'm your host, Remington Keyes, and today we got a very special guest joining us. He's an actor, martial artist, rapper who's been making waves across all social media. You've seen him throw hands as Jax in the Mortal Kombat fan film. You've heard him drop bars as Uncle Money, and now he's going to bring a real world perspective here on the show. He's a man of discipline, creativity, and hustle. We got Tre Williams, aka Uncle Money, in the building. Tre, welcome to the show, man.
Thank you for having me, man. I really appreciate it. Thank you. I really appreciate you taking the time to have me on your show.
Yeah, man, I'm a huge Mortal Kombat fan. I'm excited for this new Mortal Kombat movie you got coming out. Um, what's kind of your role in the film? Did you help like produce it, or are you just like the acting part?
So a little bit of both. So I'm one of the co-writers. My friend Adele, he's also the Johnny Cage actor. He's the main producer of the project. And him and I, we both co-wrote it together. Also, I work as the associate producer, and I'm also in charge of the marketing as well. Been going hard with the marketing and as well as playing Jack. So that's kind of my role in the Mortal Kombat film. Co-writer, um, associate producer, the actor, and also I created a soundtrack specifically for the film.
I've seen that the Mortal Kombat song on your I think it was Spotify or something. That was
Yeah,
pretty. It
yeah.
was pretty good. It went hard.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. The music, we got the music video coming out as well. What we just finished, the music video just got finished being edited this morning, so it's already complete and done. Those that are going to be in the theater tomorrow to watch the movie, they're going to be the first to see the music video, and then it'll be released on YouTube, like a few days later after the Shadow Rain movie premieres.
Awesome. Now did you get the role of Jax first, or did was this like a fan, like a passion project at first, and then you went over as Jax? Like, how did that kind of start for you?
Yeah, so this is a fan passion project that we created ourselves. So most of us here, we all live in China, and most of us are actors here. We act and do our own thing. But there are times we just like, what, F the industry, man. It's a lot of BS here. We're gonna make our own stuff. And that's kind of what we did. Back in 2021, Adele, Johnny Cage actor, he participated in a contest that Warner Brothers hosted. He won the contest and they gave him a reward. And then a few years later, like in 2024, last year, he decided, hey, let's make a Mortal Kombat short film. Let's just do it. And at first, I didn't know if I could do it because I was busy at the time, but I just said, let's just do it. So it was about six of us, five characters, and one guy who ends up getting killed in the movie. We all came together and we just did it. It was 3 minutes long, and it received well. And he was like, "All right, we're going to eventually do a sequel." And that's we got the sequel. But as far as Jax, I was always part of. There's nobody in China that can play Jax. I am Jax. Like, and I mean that very cockily. I am Jax. No one here can play my role.
Were you a huge Mortal Kombat fan growing up? Are there any characters besides Jax that you were like big fans of?
Absolutely, I was a huge Mortal Kombat fan. Growing up, my favorite to play is Scorpion.
Oh yeah.
Like he's just the best of both worlds. Agile and also strong. And then my favorite as character is Johnny Cage. He's hilarious. Like he's a douchebag. He's arrogant. I love it. He's hilarious, and he's hilarious. I love it. And he reminds me a lot of professional wrestlers. Like he reminds
Yeah.
me of the Miz a little bit. I know people were saying that. I remember when people were like the Miz should be Johnny Cage,
I know a
but
lot
Johnny
of people
Cage,
were
yeah.
mad when the Miz didn't get cast.
Uh-huh. I could see Miz playing Johnny Cage. Actually, I
Me
could see
too.
that.
Especially because he's got the MTV background. He's already got the
Yeah,
cockiness from,
he
he can
yeah
play
he
that.
has that background. Yeah, so but yeah, Johnny Cage is hilarious, and of course, Jax. I like playing with him, and I played the game my whole life. It's just something I grew up playing and watching. The '95 movie, I used to have it on VHS. You know, it was life.
Did your martial arts background influence how you approach the role physically?
I would say so because like I come from a boxing background. So Jax is a brawler, boxer, brawler, metal arms. So it was a piece of cake for me because I just utilized my boxing background into the character of Jax. So it was nothing. Of course, having those arms, a little bit difficult at times, but it was easy for me to transition.
Now, fan films often have like tight budgets, but they're full of passion. What was the set experience like compared to like a mainstream production?
Um, well, I would say it was a bit stressful because we're not a big budget. Now, because we are working actors, well, I try to be a working actor here. We're used to being on set and productions, so we all kind of know how to do this stuff. But now we're doing this on our own. But luckily, we have different people involved that know their role. We have people, we have the DOP. He did a great job. He knows his role. The two co-directors, Adele and Luca, they knew their role. All of us actors, I mean, that was probably the easiest part because we already choreographed our fights. So we kind of knew what to do. But of course, things were very difficult because we are not a big budget. There's stuff like last minute location changes that I had to handle. Going over time, things like that. It's very doing this type of stuff is so hard. People, you see people on the internet that'll say, "Oh, this sucks," or that. It's like y'all have no idea how hard this is, especially when you're not sponsored or backed by any big production. You're doing this all by yourself. It's very difficult.
If you could appear in an official Mortal Kombat project, how would you want Jax to evolve as a character?
How I want Jax to evolve as a character. Well, basically, I would say, save Earthrealm. Like now, I think I want him to get his rematch against Sub-Zero. Because I mean, you got your arms, but like you need to run it back. But I would say like Jax's duty is to protect Earthrealm. Like at any means necessary. You need to protect Earthrealm. I mean, if you got to sacrifice yourself, hey, your job is to protect Earthrealm at all costs, your special forces. So it's just all about making, I'm not saying go Iron Man route and just, die, but you need to, overall want him to have the big happy ending of protecting Earthrealm.
Now, you had mentioned you would practice boxing. Is there any other martial arts discipline that you had studied, and how long have you been training for?
So boxing is my main thing. That's what I've done for many years. Also did a little bit of Muay Thai, a little bit of Jiu-Jitsu, and I'm also a former professional wrestler. So
Really?
that's my background. Yeah, that's where Uncle Money actually comes from. Before wrestling, before rapping, it was Uncle Money, the wrestler. I retired like about a month and a half ago. But
Really?
that's where the
Congratulations!
Yeah, thank you. So that's where the Uncle Money actually comes from.
I do kung fu. I just became like world champion.
Oh wow, nice. Yeah,
Yeah.
you'll love China. I mean, Foshan is where the kung fu capital here.
What first got you into boxing?
So I've been an athlete my whole life. I played baseball, football, basketball, track and field, and my whole life I loved wrestling. I got into boxing. I when I was younger, I liked boxing. Then I also really loved UFC growing up. I was a skinny kid. I was always picked on, bullied, things like that, and it was just important to me to learn how to fight, learn to defend myself. And once I turned 19, had a little bit of money, I just decided, and I also got out of a bad breakup. I just said, you know what, I'm just going to learn how to box, and that's how my boxing journey started. I wanted to just learn how to protect myself, and also I just got out of a bad, really, really bad, ugly breakup. I was like 18, 19 at the time. So yeah,
We
it
all
was
been there.
that. Yeah, we've been there. So that was a release, and and the next thing you know, it's just part of another part of my identity.
Are there any athletes or action stars that inspired you on your journey? Whether that's a journey with boxing or journey with acting, is there any kind of like inspiration you get
Um,
from?
The Rock, you know, a lot of people who know me personally know I'm the biggest Rock fan.
I did a
He actually
movie with The
responded.
Rock.
You did a movie with The Rock?
Yeah,
Which movie?
it was the one where he was a cop with Kevin Hart.
Central Intelligence.
Central Intelligence. Yes, that's it.
Yeah, I saw it. It was a funny movie. Oh wow,
Yeah,
yeah. What you background or like were
yeah,
you
it was
what
background. Yeah.
background? Okay, okay. Hey, that's dope. Yeah. You know, The Rock, because like I said, I love wrestling growing up. Also when it comes to like athletes, Jordan, Kobe, Iverson. When it comes to boxing, Floyd Mayweather.
Love
When it comes
Mayweather.
to
Love
yeah,
Mayweather.
I love Mayweather. I think he's the best boxer of all time. I'll debate this till I die. So,
Hmm.
MMA, John Jones and Rampage Jackson, you know
Oh, yep.
those guys. So you know that's kind of the foundation of who I grew up with. Chuck Liddell, those guys.
Um, we talked about a little bit of where Uncle Money came from, but can you just like dive in to a little bit, like a little bit more, like how you came up with the persona Uncle Money?
Yeah, so it's a weird story. So I started rapping when I was like 15. I just started rapping, and then I had a rap name, T Money. That was my rap name. So anybody who knows me, who knew me from pre 2013, they still call me T Money to this day. Then yeah, I still got people calling me T Money,
Listen,
and
okay,
then
I used to rap at 10 years old, and people still call me Rem Dog from when I
Rim,
was. So I get
it's
it.
stuck. It's stuck with you. So I was T Money, and then I stopped being T Money. And in college, my friends and we just started having these redneck names. Like my best friend Raymond, his redneck name was Bob. Mine was
Well,
Billy.
hold on, you
Uh,
cut out for a second. So we
mhm.
got to the part with T Money.
Yeah. After I stopped being T Money, um, in college, my friends and we had like redneck names. My best friend Raymond, his name was Bob. My redneck name was Billy. Mother, we had other name Hank, Tom, just stuff like that. And yeah, we were weird. We were weird. And then this gets even weirder. Then we started a family tree. Raymond, Bob, he was everyone's father. I'm his brother, so all his sons are my uncle. I mean, are my nephews. So I was Uncle Billy to these guys. You know, they call me Uncle Billy. Um, as a matter of fact, I use my friend's Peacock account, and the name is Uncle Billy. I still use his Peacock account. Yeah, I don't know if you know how to use it, but anyway, when we were coming up with when I got into wrestling and I met Alex, who's my wrestling manager and also a good friend of mine, I still talk to him to this day. When him and I were coming up with gimmicks and names, I told him about T Money and Uncle Money. So basically, we just combined the two. I didn't want to be T Money and I didn't want to be Uncle Billy, so we just combined them, Uncle Money. And my wrestling character, I'm a hitman that gets paid to beat people up, and I have my catchphrase: "Somebody better pay Uncle Money," and that's my catchphrase. And I also even made a song, my own theme song. Excuse me, made that like a few years ago. But yeah, that's my catchphrase: "Somebody better pay Uncle Money." I'm a hitman that gets hired to beat people up.
That's awesome, man. How would you describe your like sound as a rapper?
I would say more like people tell me I'm pretty old school, like I sound like a '90s style. That's what a lot of people tell me because when I first started rapping, I was influenced by a lot of '80s and '90s rappers. That was who
Hmm.
I listened to so much when I first started, and that's just kind of how I got my style. Then like these new guys, I can't rap like them. I even tried one song where I tried to rap a club banger, and it was the beat is good, the flow is good, but lyrically it's just awful. But it's a club banger. But I get my style. It's just kind of just who I am. The 90s is kind of just, where I get my inspiration from, and early 2000s.
Who are specifically your biggest influences when it comes to hip hop? I know for
I'll
me,
say,
when I was rapping, it was like 50 Cent and Snoop Dogg.
Yeah, 50 Cent. I still listen to 50 Cent like every week. I would say 50. Tupac. Tupac's my all-time favorite. Ice Cube.
Love Ice Cube. One of the guys I interviewed recently just got to work with Ice Cube.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love Ice Cube.
Oh man, he's the GOAT.
Ice Cube's the GOAT. Like, I got him in my top 5 of all time. Like, he's up there in mine.
I love Ice Cube, man. Anything he does, I'm like right there.
Yeah, I'm a fan of his son too.
Oh yeah, O'Shea Jr.
Yeah, I'm a fan of him too. Yeah, I like his work. We talked on Instagram we talked on Instagram like a decade ago, actually.
Yeah, before the whole like Straight Outta Compton fame or whatever.
I think so. Right before it came out, because we were talking about the Floyd and Pacquiao fight. We were talking about those. So yeah, we were talking on. It was about a decade ago. This wasn't a DM. This was like on his actual page. He just responded to my comments.
That's awesome, man. Do you see yourself pursuing acting more heavily in the future, as opposed to like rapping and all your other endeavors? Is like acting like the main goal?
Yeah, acting is the main goal. Rap is just like, it's just for fun. I enjoy it. But I don't think I'm gonna blow up from it, to be honest. But acting is where I'm putting my heart and passion into, and that's why I'm just going all in and I'm giving it all. So it's acting for sure.
What do you think has been the biggest challenge you faced in your creative journey so far? And this could be a challenge from being a rapper, from being a wrestler, to be an actor. What you think is the biggest challenge you faced in your creative journey?
I would say, for one, me being in China and people that, I hate to use this whole race car stuff because I don't want to sound like some victim, but just in China, big black bald dude, they tend to not want that, they tend to not really want that. And I've seen where it'll be like acting roles and like these mini dramas that are taking off, these vertical dramas. I'm sure you've seen them, or just other things. They will pick a model who's never acted, who doesn't speak good English, to be on the lead role of something they've done. And it pisses me off because it's like, I am more than qualified to do this. I have the skill set to look. But you guys pick this. He or she can't speak good English. He's not an actor, never been in front of a screen, and this is who you guys pick. And then you get surprised when it turns out bad. And it happens so many times, being overlooked, undervalued. And that's some of the challenges I face.
But it's the same thing here in America too.
Yeah.
I got told I got turned down for Walking Dead because he said there wasn't like a lot of roles for black people.
Yeah, and that's why we created we created our own short films, because it's like, you know what? Screw you guys. We're gonna make our own stuff. And like, I want to show you guys what we can do is better than what y'all can do. Can you hear me now?
I don't know what is going on with the internet. You just cut out for a second.
Oh, it's not.
But yeah, like I was saying, it's kind of the same thing out here. I do acting out in New England, and it's just kind of a lot of that too. Like, if you're not a big white guy, you're not getting any roles.
Well, I've heard about the New England area. I've heard stuff about how they look at us, but that's crazy. I mean, in China, I could expect, but the fact that that's still happening in America.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that's
the big roles. You got to go to like Atlanta or LA or something.
Yeah, that's where I'm from, actually, Atlanta.
Are you really?
Yeah.
I've been out there a couple times. I did Black Lightning out there and Cobra Kai.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah.
And so you
So,
really been in. You done some
but I'm
stuff.
out. I'm out there, man. I got my SAG card. I'm
That's
legit.
what I saw. You got the sidecar. Yeah. So
Yeah.
you really out there. Dang.
Yeah, man. But I'm right now. I'm mostly focusing on martial arts. You know, that's kind of where my journey's gonna go.
Hmm.
So, what made you transition to China? Like of all places to go, like you're like, let's go to China.
Yeah. So I graduated from Kennesaw State in
Hmm.
2016, and I was still acting at the time, but um after I graduated, I got a bachelor's degree in sociology with a concentration in criminology, and I wasn't getting any acting stuff. I was applying, submitting my stuff. I wasn't getting picked, and
Hmm.
then I was looking for like, real jobs, and I couldn't find any real jobs in Atlanta at all. So I started applying outside of Georgia. I had a job offer at a job interview in DC
Hmm.
for like a fitness manager. My family's from DC, like my dad and all them, they're in DC, so that's not an issue. But they wanted me to drive up there. Keep in mind, I remember the timeline. This is actually Patriots and Falcons in the Super Bowl. Yeah, I'm a Patriots fan, by the way. That's a long story. It's weird. Almost got killed that night. But anyway, this is around that time, and I just couldn't make it. I had a bad migraine, and I just couldn't make it. That's a 10-hour drive. And then I had another job interview in Miami, but they wanted me to drive there. I'm not driving to Miami. And then I had another one in Ohio, but I was like, I don't want to live in no Ohio.
Hmm.
So I just started applying, and I saw a job on LinkedIn, come to China, teach, whatever. I don't remember applying to it at all. I don't remember, but I applied to it. And then a couple of days later, they called me back and they said, we want to schedule you for an interview. And I said, okay. So I had the interview. I thought I did terrible on the interview. Um, I don't even know why they even wanted me back. I thought I did terrible. But a couple of days later, they hit me up and they said, hey, we want to give you this job offer to come teach English in China. Will you accept? You have 7 days. And for like 5 days, I didn't want to do it because I just thought, the salary was too low.
Hmm.
And in hindsight, it kind of was. I could get more, but I mean, that's another story. But after the 6th day, I just said, you know what, why not? I was 24 at the time. I just graduated. I don't have nothing else going on. I don't have many obligations. So I just said, all right. So after that, I signed the contract and then I began the whole visa process. And then 4 months later, I got on a plane and I moved to China. And the rest is history.
How's it like living in China? Is it like a big culture shock?
Oh yeah. When I first moved here, it was a culture shock because one of the first struggles, aside from language barrier, you come in China, you're going to get stared at a lot.
Hmm.
Um,
Well, yeah,
they ain't
because
never seen,
we're looking a
yeah.
little different.
You look a little bit different, you know what I'm saying? Even if you white, you get stared at. But if you look like us, they staring like, I mean, they staring hard, and the cameras everywhere, like and it, like when I first got here, it was just a lot of the culture shock. Like some of the behaviors were like caught me off guard, like the spitting in the street, the seeing kids pee and poop in the street. I'm like, whoa, the staring. It was, now they don't do that as much anymore, but it's just when I first got here, it was just like it was off the chain, but it was cool though. I enjoyed it, and then and also like meeting other foreigners from around the world. Like I met other
Mhm.
expats here, like from all over, from Europe, Australia, Middle East, everywhere. So it's a big melting pot of other expats that you meet out here.
Man, do you get the? Can I touch your hair? Does your hair feel like? Do you get any of that?
What hair?
Ah,
Ain't nothing to touch. They don't like
man,
bald heads here.
no,
Nah.
that's crazy.
Yeah. What you about to say?
Hey, what about like when you're in the club? Like, how do they approach you in the club? Like, do you go out and like, is it easy to pick up girls there, or is it like Is it more difficult because of how we are?
Me personally, in China, I don't have problems dating. Back home, I getting a date was just hard back home. But here in China, um, you're not gonna struggle. I mean, if you now, of course, if like one is a still weirdo, yeah. But like here in China, I mean, like I actually broke this down on like for dating for black guys. You got three type of Chinese girls. One that they don't date black people or foreigners in general. Then you got one that only dates black dudes. You can tell. Like they got Jordans. Someone got a fat booty. They listen to rap. If you meet a fat booty Chinese girl, she done took some British Broadcasting Corporation, and then you got one,
Exactly.
and then you got one that then you got type that she doesn't care as long as you're a good person, and then on top of that, you have the expat girls. Like you got a lot of Eastern European women out here. A lot of Latina women out here. I mean,
There's some
the
Latino
Eastern
women.
European women, a lot of Latina women, the Eastern European women, they love us, man. I'm just being real. The Eastern European women love us.
Oh yeah,
they love us.
Man,
So
this sounds like my rule for dating white girls out here. That's literally.
oh yeah, if you like dating white girls here, I mean, because the dating dynamics work in our favor because in China, most of the foreign guys, most of the expat guys, they predominantly date Chinese girls.
Mm-hmm.
Most of them date Chinese girls, and Chinese guys are not dating the foreign girls. So the foreign girls are kind of left out. So it's just like easy pickings right there. It's easy.
Pickings.
It's like they was all bad and independent, and y'all want a 6'5" millionaire. Now you're here. You trapped under my spell. So it's easy pickings, and overall you can meet like actually like if you're looking for like a real relationship, you can find that here. I mean, it's a lot of normal, like not a normal girls here. Like it's none of that weird. Oh, I want a 6'5" millionaire. None of that Miami bull crap that's all over the internet. None of that. Yeah. It's none of that here. Of course, you got some. Now, Chinese girls are materialistic. They're very materialistic. So you got to deal with that. And then the culture, like I don't really dabble too much in that because just the culture difference is way too much. I feel for me, she would need to have grown up in the West or been exposed to the West for me to like date her or whatever.
Right. Yeah, she got to be able to like kind of adapt to our culture a little bit,
Yeah. Like just have that Western experience. Because if she's like super Chinese, like I mean, I ain't got enough for you. I'm not buying your parents a house or a car. I'm not. Your mother-in-law's not living with me, so like,
right?
yeah, it's not happening. Like,
so I got two final questions for you, right? And
yeah,
I ask every guest that comes on these last questions, and it's just kind of what advice would you give to young creators trying to build their name in entertainment? You going up and doing these Mortal Kombat, you're doing the rapping, you did the professional wrestling. What kind of advice would you give to young creators trying to get where you're at?
Advice I would give: just do it. Just do it. I'm sure that the post that you saw, that's actually how we connected with the guy who was hesitant to write the Daredevil script. I think you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was telling him in the comment section, forget those haters, just do it. So what I would advise any young up and coming creator is don't wait for the right moment, just do it and keep doing it. You'll get more experience, you'll get better. And be prepared to eat crap. You may fail, you may fall, you may get that A whooped. It's gonna happen. This is hard. This is not easy. If this was easy, everybody would do it.
Right.
This is hard as F. I don't know if I can curse on here, so I'm just using letters, but it's just hard. So, but you just keep doing it, keep pushing, and believe in what you have. That's all I can say. Just do it. It's hard though. Just understand it's not easy. This is hard, very hard.
Absolutely. I'm sure you put like a lot of work. I mean, you listen to your music, you watch some of that Mortal Kombat, the first one. You guys
I
put a lot of
appreciate it.
hard work into this stuff.
And we're still not even known yet. I feel like people don't even know who we are. So another thing I wanted to mention about what difficulties I faced is, I've had to learn to quit caring, is getting support from, friends and family. Now, my closest friends and my family members, like my mom and dad, they support, but you got people who on your social media or people you grew up with, they see you doing this, they're not supporting it. It's usually strangers that support it. And I kind of had
Yeah,
to learn to
that's
just,
the worst thing because I'll be posting stuff. I got 10,000 followers on my personal Facebook, right? My
right,
views should be skyrocketing, even if you just send me a like. My likes should be
right.
like skyrocketing. But then I'm only getting 100, 150 likes. And I'm like, dude, I got 10,000 followers. What are all y'all
That's crazy.
doing?
10,000. Hating on
10,000.
the hating. That's what they doing.
Right.
Hating. And
Well,
it's
I
like
posted, hey, I got my world championship the other day, right? I think it got like only like 50 likes or something.
out of 10,000. It's like y'all
10,000.
see it. It's like
Right.
y'all see it. Y'all don't want to. Yeah, it's always people you don't know that show the most support. And then once the stuff starts to blow up, then the people who knew you now they want to jump on the band. They want to jump on the bandwagon once
Well, they
everyone
want to
else.
jump
It's
on the
like,
bandwagon when the money and the fame comes.
yep, exactly.
Get a little
And
money.
that's
They're
kind
like,
of
oh, well, I was there for you. Like, okay,
yeah.
where were
I was
you?
like, were you? Were you there? Huh?
And
It's
then
always like
last
that.
question: what's next for Uncle Money? What should fans expect from you in your next chapter?
Um, I would say just once this Mortal Kombat film releases, um, I would say just stay tuned. We got more projects coming out. We're going to do a Suits for Hire too. I don't know if you've seen Suits for Hire. It's an original action film we did. We released it a month ago. Well, earlier this month actually, and eventually Mortal Kombat 3 will come out, ours. But yeah, just stay tuned. Like I said, I'm just trying to grind and hustle, get my acting out there, get my businesses out there. That's it.
And
Just
and plug that new Mortal Kombat movie. When does that come out? What is the release date?
so the release date is October 31st, Halloween, USA time. So are we live on YouTube or just
We're
gonna
live
be
on Facebook.
okay, yeah. So tomorrow, Chinatown, we're going to have a private screening and for a group of people at the movie theater, and it'll be out. And then on Halloween, USA time, we're going to release it on the YouTube account. And I can, if you want me to type that in or
I'll
whatever, I
link it.
can.
I'll link it in the
Yeah,
description for all the people watching it on the
yeah,
playback.
yeah. So it'll be on that YouTube channel, and October 31st, it'll be there. So, and then you'll get to see this is what we worked on and worked hard for. So, yeah.
And before you leave, just tell the fans where they might find you on social media. Plug your stuff. This is the time. Let everybody
It's
know
time.
where you're at.
All right. So you can find me on my main IG account at _ Uncle Money. You can find our production Instagram account. I run the production Instagram account. You can find us at Avalanche Productions _ That's where I post everything that we're doing, updates, everything. You follow my supplement Instagram account. Is Fatigue Cure Relief _ I sell, I have my own supplement brand, Alpha Energy, which helps with fatigue and vitality, stamina, stuff like that. I sell hangover strips, all that. And also, I do online personal training, Next Level Comeback _ You can find that. But everything is mainly on my main IG account. So you can see that on there.
So all the links will be in the description, the YouTube, the Instagram, anything
Yeah.
that you want plugged will be in the description. So if y'all want to follow Tre, make sure you give him a
Yeah.
big follow. Make sure you support the Mortal Kombat movie. Comes out Halloween. If you guys are a big Mortal Kombat fan, like this a lot of passion, a lot of like blood, sweat, and tears put into this. I mean, even you just listen to this dude's soundtrack, like his music's fire, you know. So let's just go. Let's give him, like a big shout out here. Go follow his stuff. You won't be disappointed. Hey, thank you for coming on the show, Tre. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me. Really appreciate it.
All right. And for everybody watching, we'll see you guys next week. Nerd Talk Podcast. Peace.
Peace.
Hey, man, thank you for coming.